So with the new season underway, there have been a few outliers due to all the new changes, and Riot are looking to adjust accordingly for this patch. We're going to see changes to feats of strength, Otacon, runes, and there are 10 champs getting changed as well, so we have got a little bit of everything to cover. By the end of this video, you're going to be completely caught up to speed with what we should expect to see hit live servers for S1.2 next Thursday, January 23rd. And while you were enjoying your holidays in December, our top 10 challenger player Strompest was grinding the PvE with one goal in mind: to craft the ultimate Season 15 starter course on SkillCapped. Instead of just explaining the patch changes, we dive straight into how to exploit everything that's broken, from pinpointing the most busted new champion interactions to revealing which objectives truly matter now, which runes are worth taking, and which are total bait, and so much more. While everyone in your games is still figuring things out, you are going to be way ahead with insider knowledge only a top challenger can provide. So if you're ready to win all of your early season games, check out SkillCapped right now. With our money-back guarantees, there's zero risk, just a massive head start on Season 15. So we're going to start off the video by covering all of the system changes, and first up are some buffs to Grizzly Mementos. Champions that run Domination Primary have really taken a beating to start off the new season, as the removal of Eyeball Collection has been very detrimental for so many champs. We've seen the likes of Ahri, Elise, Nidalee, Graves, and so on lose a good chunk of win rate to the start of the new season because of the Domination Tree changes. To try and combat this a little bit, there is a few buffs being issued to every single new rune in the Domination Tree. Grizzly is one of the new runes in the second row of the Domination Tree, and it provides you with ability haste for your trinkets. This haste you gain per takedown is going up from 4 to 6. Max stacks are dropping from 25 to 18, but this still is a buff considering you now gain more haste per stack. Deep Ward is one of the other new runes in the second row of the Domination Tree, and it's getting buffed as well. The rune increases your trinket duration when placed in the enemy's jungle, and this trinket duration increase is getting buffed, going from 30 scaling to 120 seconds to 45 scaling to 150 seconds. And then Sixth Sense is that third and final new rune in the Domination Tree, as it is the one that reveals untracked nearby wards, and it's going to be buffed with its cooldown for both melee and ranged champions being lowered. There are a few ADC items that's going to be changed for this patch, and the first one is Yuntal Wild Arrows. The price of Wild Arrows is going up from 2,900 to 3,000. However, its attack speed is being increased from 25 to 35%. Now, this is a net buff because 10% attack speed has a gold value of 250, so you're gaining 150 gold worth of stats for free from this adjustment. The new Bloody Roses that you're able to pick up around the map that give XP and adaptive damage are going to be nerfed for S1.2. The base XP per petal is dropping from 25 to 23, while the adaptive force per stack is going down as well. When you have the new Voracious Otacon buff that provides you with the revive, whenever an enemy kills you on the current patch, they're only granted 100 gold and 1 bloody petal. For the next patch, if the enemy kills you when you have the revive buff, they're now going to be granted 200 gold instead of 100. The new Feats of Strength First Blood objective can feel a bit demoralizing when your team always dies for First Blood. So to try and combat this, Riot is going to be changing the feat from First Blood to the team that gets the first 3 kills. Voracious Otacon is not spawning in as many games as Riot would like for solo queue, so they're going to be upping the spawn rate from 15% of games to 25% of games. Lord Doms is going to be adjusted for S1.2 with its price being increased from 3,000 to 3,100, while Armor Pin is going up from 35 to 40%. According to the LoL wiki, Armor Pin does have a gold value of 41 per point, and with this change giving you 5 more pin, that's a gold value of 205. So based on gold efficiency, this change is actually a net buff to Lord Doms, even though it's in the patch notes as an adjustment. Mortal Reminder is going to see the exact same change, with the cost of the item going up by 100. However, 5 Armor Pin is being tacked on as well. Evelynn has been struggling quite a bit in the new season due to the Domination rune changed, so Riot's going to be directly buffing her in S1.2. E-movement speed is going up from 30% at all ranks to 30 scaling to 50%. RAP ratio sees a boost being increased from 65 to 75%. A couple of scaling buffs are being issued to Master Yi for this patch, with his AD growth going up from 2.5 to 2.8, while his E bonus AD ratio is being increased from 30 to 35%. Mal's is going to be receiving a very small buff to his W, to where the damage is now going to update for live Voidlings whenever Malzahar levels up. Blue Kayn is getting buffed with with his passive damage amp being increased from 15 scaling to 45% to 25 scaling to 45%. Smolder's Q is getting buffed so that Q crit scaling is now going to be increased by Infinity Edge's bonus crit damage. This change likely won't be enough to actually move the needle for Smolder though, as he's been struggling quite a bit in the new season where sitting around and scaling just isn't a great win condition due to feats of strength and Otacon being added. Yumi got a few buffs towards the end of Season 14, and she is going to be buffed again here with her passive cooldown dropping from 20 scaling to 10 seconds to 20 scaling to 8 seconds. Passive AP ratio is going up from 15 to 25%, while our damage AP ratio sees a boost as well, being increased from 20 to 25%. Cassiopeia has been the highest win rate mid laner to start the new season, so she is getting nerfed with her passive movement speed from the feats buff being lowered from 2 per level to 1 per level. Irelia is going to be nerfed in a few different ways, as her W damage is going down from 30 scaling to 210 to 30 scaling to 150. E damage takes a hit, being lowered from 80 scaling to 270 to 70 scaling to 230. Our damage is going to be dropping, but only at rank 2 and rank 3 of the spell. The Kinch is going to be losing some damage from his Q for this patch, as the base value is dropping from 80 scaling to 280 to 75 scaling to 255. Definitely a bit surprising that Tom is being nerfed for this patch, because he did already lose a bit of power from the recent Heartsteel changes and have been just barely above a 50% win rate, so this change could knock him down below that 50% level for S1.2. And for the final change of this patch, and it's one I'm sure many of you guys are going to be pleased to see, is Victor is getting nerfed with his Q damage AP ratio being lowered from 60 to 50%, while our DPS ratio is going down from 45 to 35%. All right, guys, that's all for this one. Don't forget to check out our brand new Season 15 starter course at SkillCapped.com if you want to get way ahead in the new season. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.